Hello everyone, and welcome to the online virtual tour of the Museum of the Brain. I'll be your first tour guide, Hannah. Right now, we're in the spinal cord. The spinal cord is an information highway connecting the peripheral nervous system with the brain. These are neurons. They travel up and down the spinal cord, bringing information to and from the brain and the rest of the body. Now we're in the medulla. This is at the base of the brainstem, and it controls heartbeat and breathing. Right now, we're in the reticular formation. The reticular formation is located all around the brainstem, and it plays an important role in controlling arousal. When there's light, your body wants to be awake. But when there's dark, your body wants to go to sleep. Now we're in the pons. The pons is the part of the brainstem linking the medulla to the thalamus. Right now, we're in the cerebellum. The cerebellum is known as the little brain, and it processes sensory input and coordinates movement, output, and balance. Well, that's the end of my part of the tour. Thank you for being such a great tour group.
Hello everyone, and welcome. My name is Isabel, and I'll be your tour guide throughout the frontal lobe. First of all, what is the frontal lobe? The frontal lobe is the front part of your brain. It's where our emotion and personality are formed. It also helps with decision making and planning. For example, it helps us choose what we want to eat, whether it's something healthy or something unhealthy. Yum. In the back of the frontal lobe is the motor cortex. The motor cortex controls voluntary movements. For example, walking is a voluntary movement.
Here are we in the Broca's area. The Broca's area is located on the left side of the frontal lobe. It is responsible for language, speech, and writing.
And that concludes our tour through the frontal lobe. Thank you for joining me throughout this tour. See you next time!
Hi everyone, my name is Kashua and I'll be your tour guide. Right now we're on the cerebrum, which is a thin layer of neurons that covers the cerebral hemispheres. Here, we're in the occipital lobe, which is the center of your visual perception of color and movement. Right now we're walking in the parietal lobe, which is in both hemispheres of the brain. The right side helps you to turn senses into thoughts. The left side helps you comprehend numbers and writing. Right now, we're in the sensory cortex, which is where your brain processes body touch and movement sensation.
Hi, I'm Claire Flambon, and I'm going to be your next tour guide. First today, we're going to start in the temporal lobe. This is the inner middle part of the brain. This is the primary organization of sensory input, mostly language and speech perception. Second is the hippocampus, which is located in the limbic system. This helps process explicit memories for storage. This is also located in the temporal lobe. Next we have the amygdala. This is two lima bean-sized neutral clusters in the limbic system that help control emotions. Lastly, we have the Wernicke's area. This controls language perception and is located in the left temporal lobe. That wraps up my part of the tour. Thank you for being such a great tour group.
Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie and I'll be your next tour guide. Right now we are in the corpus callosum, the part of the brain that connects the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere so they can communicate. Next is the thalamus. The thalamus is the part of the brain that directs messages to the sensory areas of the cortex, as well as transmits replies to the medulla and the cerebellum. Directly underneath the thalamus is the hypothalamus. It helps to maintain automatic bodily functions, to govern the pituitary gland, and it's also linked to emotions and rewards. Last but not least is the midbrain. The midbrain is a small central part of the brainstem that helps control auditory systems, as well as eye and body movement. Well, that's the end of our tour. We hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, and have a good day.